Well, hello, my fellow Starseeds, and welcome to your weekly reading for November 8th through the 14th. So let's dig right in and see what's going on for the week. Hope you guys all had a good new moon this last week. Luckily, it didn't feel too crazy. It's definitely, I felt a lot of old things processing through, making way for the new, so it felt really good. All right, so we've got the Cosmic Heart. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. We've got the Weight of the World, cracked open. Oh, geez. Energy here is a little crazy. Okay, so boundaries, setting boundaries, possibly carrying other people's energy. All right. And then we've got cracked open. Surrender. Let's see. Surrender. Interesting. Let's see. Any other messages? I feel like they want one more. There it is. Perspective. Okay. So let's see. So we've got the Cosmic Heart. Yeah, you're feeling very devoted to your path here right now. Your energy is very strong. And they're saying to make your life a moving prayer. Interesting. Let's clarify that a little bit, find out what's going on there. Okay, trust your intuition. Okay, Six of Cups. All right, so things are very abundant in your relationships and your family right now. It seems like what they're saying is you can manifest anything you want as long as you're listening to your intuition and you're really tuning in with your heart and your inner knowing. Tune into the cosmos. Tune into your star family. Yeah. This is very abundant family energy. And yeah, what they're saying is your star family is here to help you. You tune into them. Tune into their energy. They're around you all the time, whether you realize it or not. And they have messages for you. Messages coming in. It's interesting with the Empress because she's got that crown of stars around her head, and so they're really sending information in through your crown chakra. Listen to your heart. It's as if you feel it, but you're a little unsure about it. All right, interesting. Okay, so let's see what else is going on for this week. Weight of the World. Okay, so some are not setting boundaries. You might be absorbing other people's energy. You're carrying things that are not your own. Yeah, you're definitely... Definitely, I have ungrounded for sure. Let's see what else they have to say here. This is... Something's definitely going on here. Hold on. Clarify the weight of the world. What's going on? What are we carrying around next week that we shouldn't be? Okay, this is taking a minute to come out, but it's usually when that happens, it's because there's a very important, strong message here. So, yeah, and there it goes. All right. So we have, okay, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the King of Cups, and the King of Wands. Okay. And we have the Four of Pentacles to start with. So you're feeling very guarded. You're gripping onto something for dear life. it's interesting because so there's some emotional fulfillment that you're not getting. For some of you, you're not feeling grounded to what's going on in your life. You're not feeling grounded with the planet. You're not feeling grounded in your knowing and your strength, both from an emotional perspective and your energy, your drive. You're struggling a little bit. I'm almost feeling as though something's, because you're guarding yourself so much, it leads me to believe it's somebody else's energy that's around you is the problem. Because ordinarily, I mean, with these two kings here, you're pretty strong and confident people. But something here is definitely a little bit off. So if you find yourself in any situations where, you're feeling like somebody's kind of stepping on your toes emotionally, try to ground yourself back in. And if you feel, definitely need to protect yourself from that energy and stay strong, stay confident. When people are going through tough times, they always tend to want to like, oh, what can I do to fix it? But ride it out. Don't force it. This is a patch of energy that you're going through this week. People are testing your boundaries, testing your limits, and but I feel like it's short-lived. I feel like this is very short-lived, and you'll come out in the end with your confidence back where you need it. Next card we've got is Cracked Open, Rock Bottom, Surrender to the Alchemy of Life. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I feel like something's pretty raw for some of you. Maybe we've had the ending of some relationships for some people. No, interesting. Okay, that's a celebration of relationships. Let's see. Hold on. Maybe you're in a situation where you're in a new relationship and it's causing you to really have to open up and surrender. Yes. Yep, that's what it is. Okay, yep, I heard a great big yes. Okay, but the thing is they're saying is that you have to surrender to being yourself. I think that's something that's very hard for Starseeds, is to really honor yourself and honor your path and honor who you are. Just because people don't understand it doesn't make it any less. You've worked really hard on yourself. You've worked really hard to get where you're at, and it's going to pay off. Magician, you have the magic. You can do this. You're just feeling a little, I feel like, raw, because you're having to face some things here with this relationship, with this new person, whether it be a friend, whether it be a romantic partner, and you're having to kind of face a truth with them that you haven't before. But what they're saying is you've worked really hard on yourself, and you shouldn't hide yourself. Surrender to this process. You have the magic within you. You have all the tools you need to manifest what you want and to get what you want. But if you don't surrender to the process, you could be missing out on some really, really good energy here with the Ace of Pentacles. So just be your wonderful self. That's all they're saying. Just own it. Because I think this friend, this person understands that there's something different about you and they can't quite put their finger on it. And you've kind of maybe been holding it back a little bit, and you shouldn't. This is almost kind of like, this kind of makes me think of like, there's yourself handing, here's a hand, that's you handing up your, starseed self there to this other person. And I think they're going to appreciate it. Very much so. Interesting. Very interesting. I get that. I get that energy though. That's difficult when you meet new people and they kind of like immediately are like, okay, something's different about this person. But like, who wants to be running around being like, oh yeah, I'm a starseed, and then trying to explain what that means, and then worrying about whether or not people really understand what it means. But in this situation, I don't feel like you have anything to lose here. Let it out. Perspective. All right. So none of this matters. Zoom out. Okay. I feel like somebody's maybe a little too focused on the details, but let's see what we've got here. Cards are taking forever to come out today. Jeez. All right. So we first had Two of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and Nine of Swords. All right. So yeah, something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There's some interesting relationship things going on here this week. You're not finding common ground. It feels like you're bickering with somebody that over something that like doesn't even, I don't want to say doesn't matter, but it's something very trivial. But it's keeping you up at night. It's something that happened very quickly with this Eight of Wands. It seems as though, it's almost as though you're putting too much pressure, too much work into the relationship. And it's kind of, I'm going to pull another card on this, but it's putting some pressure on it. This is really interesting, huh? Yeah, it's time to move on from that, they're saying. Yeah, you're trying too hard in some regard here, and it's causing some fights, it's causing some bickering, and they want you to step back from it. They want that. Okay. They want you to they want you to step back from it, recenter, refocus, find your light again. Find your light, find your happiness, and then reassess this situation. But yeah, you're a little too caught up on something here right now, is what they're saying. Okay, let's see, what other messages do we have here for the week. Very interesting week for relationships for Starseeds. All right, shield your energy. Yeah, okay. Look beneath the surface. There's definitely some conflict going on for some of you, not for all of you. But for some of you, there is some conflict going on. And so they're saying this is kind of a reiteration of what we just talked about here. They're saying to, shield up your energy, whether that's with some meditative processes, some crystals, whatever tools you work with, but shield your energy, also strengthen it, restabilize it, they're saying. And it's interesting because they're pointing back to the Sun card and about shining your light and finding that inner brightness again. Something here has thrown you out of whack. And this could also go back to this other situation we had over here with Cracked Open, where somebody's kind of fighting this, but I don't feel so much. I feel like this situation will work itself out, but this one, there's way too much focus and obsession going on around this one. So whoever that resonates with, you need to dig in a little deep and get yourself recentered. Find your light again, dig in, find your light, and and you'll find your way through that situation. Okay. All right. So we also have birth of creation. Yep, meditation, there it is. Oh, and dark night of the soul. All right. Okay. I see what's going on here. Okay. Yep, they're really focusing in on this. So this is really important for for whoever this is resonating with. This is a very strong message. There's room for growth here, and they do want you to meditate on this issue. Meditate to shield your energy. Meditate to get back to this sun card and to find this realignment. You've got some work to do with that Seven of Pentacles. It'll happen fast if you stay focused on the work. Do not stay focused on the problem, because it's interesting. We've got the dark night of the soul here. So you're definitely processing some new things. You're processing some things. You're going through some stuff right now, and it seems it's really impacting a relationship. Could be work. It doesn't even necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. I kind of feel like it's more romantic related, but it could be a partnership. It could be a friend. It's someone you're definitely very close to. It's definitely a relationship that you put a lot of work into. But yeah, so with this dark night of the soul thing, I'm going to focus on that here, because I don't think a lot of people really understand what this is. And this is not a bad thing. I've gone through one myself, and when you're going through it, it literally feels as though like everything is falling apart, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Like, it's interesting because we've got this, Nine of Swords here, staying up at night. I mean, this dark night of the soul energy can make you spin out of control like there's no tomorrow. It will affect your relationships. You'll want to go into like hibernation mode, like don't talk to me, don't look at me, leave me alone. Like everything's pissing me off, everything's setting me off, like crazy emotions. I mean, you want to just like curl up in a ball on the floor and just cry for hours and hours and hours. And if that's what you need to do, do it. You will move through this. It's interesting because we had this is all starting to make a little more sense now. We had this Six of Swords here, and this is moving on. You will move on. Again, you will get back to this sun card, but that's what's going on here. Yeah, it's just part of your evolution. That's why they're saying none of it matters, because it's not a real core issue that's going on here. It's something that you're processing through from an energetic perspective. And this can be difficult. I mean, you can, like I said, you can literally feel like you're losing your mind. I mean, I don't know if you can see the halos around each of the entities in this picture, but you will literally have like some crazy thoughts, and it can be very difficult to navigate. But when you get on the other side of it, you find this balance, and you have this new way of like moving forward that you never would have imagined. And so if this is resonating with you, if you are kind of, I mean, if you're feeling like you're in a play, I'm gonna say dark. And I don't mean dark from the perspective that most people mean it, just dark in comparison to how you ordinarily feel. It for me at least, it was more of an overload of like emotion, and just like, I'm tired of this existence, like, corporate America, killing myself for other people, like going, the status quo, it's like, oh, well, you need to get married and have kids, and you need to go to college, and you need to work a job, and you need to do all these things. When you start going through this process, like none of that crap matters after you come out of this, because you realize like none of that stuff is important, especially on a Starseed mission. It is so unimportant. It has no bearing on your energy and the things that you do here. All it can do is really, take you on a downward spiral if you're not careful. And so as you move through this will be very emotional. It'll be a little tough. But when you come out on the other side of this, you will feel literally like a whole new person. I mean, you will literally go from this to this. And you will just be like this little child on the back of the horse there, like, oh, everything's great. What's the problem? it's such an interesting process, but it's hard because a lot of people go through this and they don't even realize they're going through it, and they think, oh my gosh, something's wrong with me. No, you are evolving in a way that you never could have imagined. And it's interesting because we started off up here with the cosmic heart, and we were talking about your intuition and your star family. Lean on them, call them in for support and help, but like, don't fret, this will pass. And when you come out on the other side, you're going to be like, whoa. I mean, it's absolutely amazing and unreal. So yes, so shield yourself. Definitely, I'm going to go back to this because this is just kind of crazy too. Birth of creation. I mean, this whole process is all about growth. I mean, this feels like a little egg that's about ready to crack open. And it's interesting that it's green, heart chakra, energy I'm kind of feeling there. But, meditate if you need to, but don't, the one thing I will say is don't force this process, because if you force it, or if you're like, oh, I have to process through this as quickly as possible, I can't handle this, you're actually just going to make it go slower. So again, if you feel like you need to curl up on the ball and, in a ball on the floor and cry, or if you feel like you need to sleep all day, honor yourself, honor whatever you're feeling, and you'll get through this. Again, it's a crazy, interesting process. I never knew it was a thing. And I started reading up on it recently because I was going through something and it was like, what is this? And then I realized what it was, and it was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes complete sense. Okay, spirit quartz healing, number 33. Yeah, so you're definitely, with all of this, you're going through a major healing process. A shedding of old energy and old expectations, beliefs, thoughts. When you come out of this again, I mean, you're going to be a whole new person. And it's interesting because spirit quartz is really good for connecting with higher consciousness energies. And we started off here, like I said, with that, I forgot the name, the cosmic heart, and really connecting with your star family. And spirit quartz is really good for that. But I definitely see a lot of healing with this, a lot. Again, this will be you. This will be you. Yeah, so just hang tight on that dark night of the soul if that resonates with you. It's a beautiful process. I mean, going through it is difficult, but when you get on the other side of it, you'll look back and you'll be like, oh, okay, wow. Like, now I understand why that was so intense, because I had to go from this, this to this, and there's a lot to shed to get to this, but you will move through it and everything will be wonderful. Shield your energy, rely on some meditation if you need to, or if that works for you. And, spirit quartz, definitely, if you can get some of that. I've actually got some sitting here on my desk. It's quite beautiful. It's very shimmery. It's pretty easy to find. Very high vibrational stone. I really love it. I keep it on my workspace here at all times. So, all right. Well, lots going on this week. Hang tight. Things will be great. There's some things here to work through, but again, the more we're working through this heavier energy and processing through some of these things, opening our boundaries and whatnot, the stronger we are at the end. So I hope this message resonated with you. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you soon.